Did you know that in the heart of South America, there is a country where the cost of living is one of the lowest on the continent, and yet the quality of life remains surprisingly high? Paraguay, a peaceful, safe, and opportunity-filled country, has become one of the top destinations for those who want to live well without spending too much. With its warm climate, friendly people, and stable economy, it offers a simple, comfortable, and far more affordable life than most of its neighboring countries. In this video, you'll discover the 5 cheapest cities in Paraguay to live, places where your money goes further, rents are low, and the lifestyle is relaxed. From charming towns surrounded by nature to cities with all modern services, each of these options will show you that in Paraguay, it's still possible to live peacefully, safely, and with very little money. Stay until the end, because I'll tell you which of these 5 cities offers the best balance between affordability, well-being, and opportunity. Ideal both for retirees and for those looking to start a new life in South America. And if you enjoy discovering the most affordable destinations to live, subscribe to the channel and join me on this journey through the most authentic and accessible side of Paraguay. Let's begin. San Pedro de Ycuamandiyú rises in the heart of the San Pedro department, Paraguay, as an oasis of peace far from the noise of the capital. Here, life flows at a calm and human pace, defined by community, nature, and closeness to what truly matters. Walking through its streets means greeting friendly faces, being called by name, and remembering that life can still be lived slowly and meaningfully. Housing is particularly attractive for those looking to live on a modest budget. A simple 2 or 3 bedroom apartment in the city center can be rented for around 1,800,000 guaranis per month, which is approximately $250 US. A slightly larger home with a garden or more space can cost around 2 million guaranis, or about $280 US, depending on the location and condition of property. These figures show that in San Pedro de Ycuamandiyú, housing expenses can be drastically reduced compared to other cities, freeing up income for other priorities. Food prices are equally appealing. A simple lunch in a local restaurant costs around 4,000 guaranis, which equals about $5 US. Weekly market shopping for one person, including fruits, vegetables, rice, meat, and basic groceries, comes around 50,000 guaranis, or roughly $7 US. This means you can eat well, live comfortably, and never feel that food is a financial burden. Transportation in the city is also very affordable. A city bus ticket costs around 5,000 guaranis, less than $1 US, and short taxi or moto taxi rides are so inexpensive that transportation hardly affects the monthly budget. Because distances are short and the community is close-knit, people rarely need to spend much to get around. Basic utilities remain moderate. Monthly bills for electricity, water, and gas in a modest home are around 60,000 guaranis, or about $8 US, depending on usage and season. A reliable internet plan with good speed costs about 50,000 guaranis per month, roughly $7 or $8 US, proving that even with a limited budget, staying connected is possible. Altogether, including housing, food, transportation, and basic services, a single person living in San Pedro de Ycuamandiyú can expect monthly expenses of around 600,000 guaranis, or about $85 US. Of course, this figure can rise with larger housing, entertainment, or extra comforts, but even doubling the budget keeps the total well below the cost of living in most cities across the region. Beyond the numbers, what truly defines San Pedro de Ycuamandiyú is its genuine tranquility. Here, sunsets unfold over the calm waters of the Jujuy River, smiles multiply in the markets, and the air feels lighter because it carries no urban stress. It's a place where people know each other, greetings come from the heart, and time seems to stretch to be savored. Living in San Pedro de Ycuamandiyú means choosing simplicity with dignity, peace with community, and low cost without sacrificing the essentials. If you're looking for a place in Paraguay where your money goes further and life feels lighter, this city is undoubtedly one of the most honest and inspiring options you can find. Caaguazú, known as the heart city of Paraguay, is located right in the center of the country. Its strategic location makes it a key connection point between Asunción, Ciudad del Este, and Encarnación. Yet, unlike those large urban centers, Caaguazú maintains a slow-paced, safe, and very affordable lifestyle. Here, daily life revolves around local commerce, agriculture, and a close-knit community that values peace and simplicity over the noise and rush of the big cities. Let's start with housing. One of the main reasons why more and more people are choosing to move to Caaguazú. Renting a small house or a modest apartment in the city center costs around 1,250,000 guaranis per month, which is approximately $180. In nearby residential neighborhoods or rural areas, even cheaper options can be found. If you're looking for something larger or newer with a yard or garage, prices range between 1,350,000 and 1,400,000 guaranis, or about $180 to $210, depending on the amenities and location. When it comes to food, Caaguazú preserves the charm of traditional Paraguayan life. Fresh fruits, cassava, beef, free-range chicken, and handmade bread. A full meal in a local restaurant costs between 4,000 and 6,000 guaranis. That's about $5 to $7. Shopping at the weekly market, including fresh produce rice, eggs, vegetables, and meat, costs around 50 to 60,000 guaranis, or $7 to $9. Cooking at home is even more economical, allowing anyone to maintain a healthy, abundant diet without straining their budget. Transportation is another strong advantage. A city bus ticket costs around 5,000 guaranis, less than $1, while intercity trips to nearby towns like Coronel Oviedo or Villarrica rarely exceed 20,000 guaranis, or $2.80. Most residents get around by motorcycle or bicycle, which further reduces monthly transportation costs. Basic utilities are also extremely affordable. The average monthly bill for electricity, water, and gas ranges between 60,000 and 80,000 guaranis, or about $8 to $11. High-speed internet costs around 50,000 guaranis per month, roughly $7, and mobile phone plans are available for about 30,000 guaranis, or $4. Adding everything together, housing, food, transportation, and utilities, the total monthly cost of living for a single person in Caaguazú is around 700,000 guaranis, which equals about $95. Even doubling that amount to include leisure activities or small luxuries, Caaguazú remains one of the most affordable cities in the entire country. But beyond the low prices, Caaguazú offers something money can't buy: peace and a sense of community. People here are warm, helpful, and respectful. Neighbors know each other, and families enjoy life outdoors. The mild climate, green landscapes, and safe environment make this city ideal for retirees or anyone seeking a simpler, more relaxed lifestyle. Living in Caaguazú means returning to what truly matters: breathing clean air, eating well, resting without worries, and feeling that every day can be lived without hurry. It's the kind of city where money goes far, but more importantly, where life is enjoyed slowly and with meaning. Villarrica, the capital of the Guayra department, is one of those Paraguayan cities that perfectly blends history, culture, and tranquility at an astonishingly low cost. Founded in the 16th century, it still preserves its colonial charm, from cobblestone streets and old churches to leafy plazas, while maintaining the vitality of a modern city that has grown without losing its peaceful essence. Known for its hospitality, strong sense of community, and natural surroundings, Villarrica is widely regarded as one of the best cities in Paraguay's interior to live well and spend little. The cost of housing in Villarrica is notably lower than in Asunción or Encarnación. A small apartment or modest house in the city center rents for around 1,250,000 guaranis per month, which equals about $180. In quieter or more rural neighborhoods, rentals can be found starting at 1,100,000 guaranis, or roughly $150. If you're looking for a larger house with a yard or garage, prices rise slightly but remain very affordable. Even buying a home is inexpensive compared to other parts of the country, making Villarrica an excellent long-term option for settling down. Food prices are also very attractive. A full meal at a local restaurant costs between 5,000 and 7,000 guaranis. That's around $6 to $9. At the lively municipal markets, filled with tropical fruits, fresh vegetables, and local produce, a week's groceries for one person come to about 50 to 60,000 guaranis, or $7 to $8. Home cooking is a proud part of Villarrica's culture, and many residents prefer to prepare their own meals, reducing monthly expenses even more without sacrificing quality or flavor. Transportation is both cheap and efficient for a mid-sized city. A city bus ticket costs around 5,000 guaranis, less than $1, while taxis or motor taxis charge between 10,000 and 15,000 guaranis for short rides, or about $1.5 to $2. Distances within the city are short, so walking or biking is perfectly practical for most residents. Basic utilities remain inexpensive and stable. A typical monthly bill for electricity, water, and gas ranges between 60,000 and 80,000 guaranis, or about $8 to $11. Internet service costs about 50,000 guaranis per month, or $7, and mobile phone plans are available for around 30,000 guaranis, or $4. In total, utilities for one person rarely exceed 130,000 guaranis, or about $17. When combining all expenses, housing, food, transportation, and utilities, the average monthly cost of living for a single person in Villarrica is around 700,000 guaranis, equivalent to $95. Even with a more comfortable lifestyle that includes outings and weekend getaways, it's difficult to spend more than 1 million guaranis per month, or about $135. Beyond the numbers, Villarrica offers a quality of life that few places can match. It's a clean, safe city surrounded by green hills, where mornings are fresh, afternoons calm, and evenings filled with friendly conversation in cafes or public squares. Its people are kind, generous, and proud of their heritage, something you can feel on every corner. Villarrica is not just an affordable city. It's a place where peace, beauty, and community still define everyday life. Encarnación, known as the Pearl of the South, is one of the most beautiful and modern cities in Paraguay. Located on the banks of the majestic Paraná River and facing the Argentine city of Posadas, it combines the warmth of its people, the charm of its scenic riverside promenade, and a surprisingly low cost of living for everything it offers. It's a destination that attracts retirees, young families, and entrepreneurs alike. A place where you can live well, enjoy the beach, and still maintain a reasonable budget. Housing in Encarnación is more diverse than in most other Paraguayan cities. A simple one-bedroom apartment in the downtown area or near the riverside costs around 1,500,000 guaranis per month, or about $210. In quieter or more suburban neighborhoods, options can be found for around 1,350,000 guaranis, equivalent to $190. If you're looking for a larger home with a yard, parking, and a good location, prices increase but remain affordable compared to almost any coastal city in South America. When it comes to food, Encarnación offers a wide variety of options. A typical lunch in a local restaurant costs between 6,000 and 8,000 guaranis, or roughly $8 to $11. at the municipal markets and open-air fairs. Prices are even better. Fruits, vegetables, meats, and local produce can be purchased for about 60 to 80,000 guaranis per week, or 8 to 11 US dollars. Thanks to its proximity to Argentina, many imported products are easy to find here, adding variety to everyday life without pushing costs too high. Transportation is both affordable and efficient. A city bus ticket costs about 5,000 guaranis, less than 1 US dollar, while local taxis charge between 10,000 and 15,000 guaranis for short rides. That's about 1.5 to 2 US dollars. You can even cross into Argentina by train or bus for under 10,000 guaranis, giving Encarnación a unique international appeal for those who enjoy moving between countries with ease. Basic utilities are also reasonably priced. Monthly bills for electricity, water, and gas in a small home total around 80,000 guaranis, or 11 US dollars. Internet service costs about 50,000 guaranis per month, or 7 US dollars. And mobile phone plans average 30,000 guaranis, or 4 US dollars. Altogether, basic services rarely exceed 160,000 guaranis, or 20 US dollars per month. Adding up housing, food, transportation, and utilities, the San Antonio, located just 20 kilometers from Asunción, is one of the most convenient and pleasant cities to live in within Paraguay's central department. With its peaceful atmosphere, tree-lined streets, and a community that blends urban comfort with rural charm, San Antonio has become an ideal choice for those who want to stay close to the capital, but without the noise, traffic, or high costs of big city life. The first thing that stands out in San Antonio is the low cost of housing, much cheaper than in Asunción or Luque. A simple apartment or a one-bedroom house in a residential neighborhood costs around 1,350,000 guaranis per month, equivalent to about 190 US dollars. In the more rural or peripheral areas, rent can drop to 1,250,000 guaranis per month, or roughly 170 US dollars. If you're looking for a larger house with a yard and parking space, prices rise slightly but remain highly affordable. Even when purchasing property, land and homes in San Antonio are significantly cheaper than in the capital. Food is another strong point. A full meal at a local restaurant costs between 5,000 and 7,000 guaranis, or 6 to 9 US dollars. At community markets, where you can buy fruits, vegetables, bread, meat, and local products, a week's groceries for one person costs around 60,000 guaranis, or about 8 US dollars. Thanks to proximity to Asunción, residents also have access to a wide range of supermarkets and suppliers, allowing them to compare prices and save even more. Transportation is affordable and efficient, especially due to the city's location near the capital. A bus ride to Asunción costs around 8,000 guaranis, or $1.10, while local transportation within San Antonio averages 5,000 guaranis, less than $1. Motor taxis are common for short trips, with fares between 10,000 and 15,000 guaranis, or 1.5 to 2 US dollars. Thanks to its excellent connectivity, many people work in the capital and return every day to the peace and quiet of San Antonio. Basic utilities are inexpensive and stable. Monthly electricity, water, and gas bills for an average household range from 70,000 to 90,000 guaranis, or 10 to 12 US dollars. Internet service costs about 50,000 guaranis per month, or 7 US dollars, and mobile phone plans average 30,000 guaranis, or 4 US dollars. In total, basic utilities rarely exceed 150,000 guaranis per month, or 20 US dollars. When adding housing, food, transportation, and utilities, the monthly cost of living for a single person in San Antonio ranges from 900,000 to 1,100,000 guaranis, equivalent to 125 to 150 US dollars. A couple can live comfortably with 1,600,000 guaranis per month, or about 220 US dollars, enjoying a calm, healthy, and secure lifestyle. But beyond the prices, what truly defines San Antonio is its family atmosphere and connection with nature. Here, you can still take evening walks, greet your neighbors, and enjoy a slower pace of life. The plazas, markets, and the nearby Paraguay River, which borders part of the city, provide perfect spots to relax and disconnect from daily stress. At the same time, its closeness to Asunción makes it easy to access hospitals, schools, and other services without living amid the city chaos. Living in San Antonio means having the best of both worlds, the tranquility of a small town and convenience of a city. It's the kind of place where money stretches further, days pass without rush, and well-being is measured not in luxury, but in peace of mind. A city where you can live well, spend little, and truly enjoy the essentials of life.